So yeah, shit. Yeah, kind of, not even kind of, yes, abrupt sort of change in location where I film my videos to kind of an old, kind of new, yeah, pretty much new with, the whole Batman banner and some Superman stuff, Superman. Yeah, it does kind of look like how I used to do my videos and stuff like that, but, it is a little bit more new. I moved. Not even gonna apologize, not my fault that I moved. I don't pay the bills or anything like that. So, enough talking about the background. Let's talk about Legend of Korra, Book 2, Spirits, first 2 episodes. I believe Rebel Spirit and Southern Lights, I believe. If I'm wrong about that, I apologize. I'm just doing this, hopefully quick. I've tried to do this video before, and it was long, but I'm gonna try doing it quick. So let's not ramble. Well, let's kind of ramble. Let's talk about Book 1 first. Just a quick recap. I like Book 1. I thought it was, really, really good. I thought it was a good sequel to Last Airbender. I didn't think it was I didn't think it was better than Last Airbender, but I did really, really like it. I thought it was a good sequel. The characters were, alright. Some of them were good, some of them were, bad and kind of just bland and just there, and just sort of there because some characters needed to be there. But I still really liked it. I thought it was a lot more, I want to say mature, I want to say, dark. I thought it was a little bit more darker, and I thought it took, a lot more risks than I think Last Airbender did. Not to say that Last Airbender didn't take risks and wasn't dark at points, but I thought Legend of Korra just took, a lot more risk. They even have, someone commit suicide at the end of the entire season. So, yeah, I definitely thought it took a lot more risks, which I think I respect Legend of Korra a lot more than I do Last Airbender for that. I mean, Last Airbender, again, was very, very mature and, treated their audience with a lot of respect. The reason why it's one of my favorite, shows of all time. Maybe even my favorite, I don't know. But I thought Legend of Korra just, went a little bit more darker, just went a little bit more, shit is getting serious and we need to get to the bottom of it sort of feel. So I really do respect Book 1, in terms of that. I think I respect it, and I like it a little, just maybe a little bit more than The Last Airbender because of that, taking a little bit more risk sort of way. So, that's my little recap of Book 1. If you want a more little in-depth thoughts of it, then I've done a video on that in 2 parts, so you can go and check that out. Pulling a lot of stuff out of their ass towards the end of the season, but again, I've, talked about that before, so you can go there. But this is I'm not talking about Book 1 anymore. I'm talking about Book 2, Spirits, again, first 2 episodes. I just want to say that I love that they're on Friday nights now. That's awesome. I really, really love that. I know I'm going to have to wake up just to catch an episode, and then, I love that. I love that I can just, run home and just, watch this. I love that. Get my homework done. I'm rewarded with episode Legend of Korra. That's motivation right there. That motivates me to get me through the week. If I get through the week, I can see a new episode of Legend of Korra, and then I'll sleep the rest of the 2 days. So that's awesome. But down to the point. Now, Legend of Korra, the premiere, we fucking waited for a year and a half. People are always, the whole Avatar, fandom and the whole, fans of it are always talking about, oh man, how long we had to wait till the 3rd season of The Last Airbender, the original series, which is 9 months. Legend of Korra Book 2 has it, friggin' beat, because this was a year and a half. Book 1 aired on, April 4th of last year, 2012, and the season premiere for this premiered yesterday in 2013, September 13th, Friday the 13th, which really made me think, oh man, I'm going to miss this episode somehow, but I didn't, so I'm doing this video. So, yeah, we definitely probably had a lot of expectations, and a lot of us were really, really excited about this, and what did I think about it? What were my, general thoughts after watching it? I thought it was alright. I thought it was, alright, and, I didn't hate it. I did not absolutely hate it. It is in no way, shape, or form horrible. This episode alone is probably better than the entirety of any cartoon series that else that's out there on, Nick or, Cartoon Network or, whatever. But, I liked it. I didn't hate it. I didn't absolutely love it, but it was very disappointing in certain aspects. But again, this is only the first 2 episodes. We have an entire rest of a season to, go into. We have an entire rest of the season to, get excited for and look forward to. So it's not like this is the end of the world. It's just, the first 2 episodes, and that's really about it. What did I not like about this? Well, I wasn't at all interested, and I just didn't give a fuck about what the fuck was going on. Well, with the exception to the whole Tenzin and his family going to the Southern Air Temple subplot, which, that was awesome seeing the Southern Air Temple from the first season of Last Airbender. That was really cool, and seeing the whole statue, the Avatar statue room with the statue of Aang in there, that was really, really cool. But other than that, I just couldn't give a fuck what the fuck was going on with the spirits and Korra and, reconnecting the Southern Water Tribe with, spirits and stuff like that. It just wasn't really interesting. It didn't really get me invested, or, it wasn't engaging. It didn't really get me interested, which sucks because that's the entire, plot of the rest of the season, and that's really, really disappointing. Like Legend of Korra, book 1 got me, really engaged. Like, I was really hyped up to see what was going on. And maybe by default, because that was, the beginning of an entire new series, and there was so many new things to do. This is the second season, and maybe they're just, having a little bit of a hard time to get people engaged after seeing, a lot of stuff from the last season. Who knows? Maybe that's it. But I just could not care. And which really is a horrible thing to say, because it's a horrible thing about these 2 episodes, because, again, this is 2 episodes. That's my fucking point. Like, it's 2 episodes. Shouldn't it get you just so excited and ramped up to see everything else in the next episodes? It is the season premiere. Shouldn't it, have a lot to show? It's an hour. Like, the rest of the season, besides, season finales are just, half-hour single episodes. This is an hour long. They give you a reason to show an hour long. They give, you guys a reason to show episodes as an hour long, presentation. I was sitting through this going, this could have been 2 single episodes, and I would have been, just as, entertained. Which is very little entertained. This could have been literally 2 episodes. There was really no reason for this to be one, big, long premiere, because nothing at all was exciting to say, oh yeah, that's the reason why it was a 1 hour premiere. This could have just been 1 episode, and see, it could have just been 1 goddamn episode. That's it. But maybe these are the 2 worst episodes out of the season, and they just want to, get it out of the way quick. I don't know. But that was just really disappointing. It just was not, engaging. There really wasn't a whole lot to be excited about. It just wasn't really, at all exciting. I am happy that they're going and doing a whole different, plot line, a main plot line with the series than, the Equalist stuff. I'm glad about that, but this just is not that interesting compared to that. Maybe because they had the whole Amon, the identity of Amon hanging over your heads the whole time. Maybe that was what was bringing people back, the next season. And that's a big thing about these 2 episodes that I really hate. It doesn't even get me excited for the next couple episodes. And that says a lot, because this is The Legend of Korra. This is Avatar. These people are like the masters at doing that. Nothing at all at the end of these 2 episodes. 2 episodes, an hour-long premiere was, I think, nothing made me say, oh, hell yeah, I need to check this episode out. I need to check the next one out. Only at the end of Southern Lights, when, Unalaq, and I'll get that character in a minute, brought in, the Northern Water Tribe, and, was going to completely, renovate it in an extremely bad way. That was the only point. Only because it was a cliffhanger, and I want to see what's happening. But nothing brought up in the rest of the episodes was I thinking, oh yeah, I want to come back to the next episode and see how that is resolved, or how it's going to be resolved in later episodes, and how it's going to be amped up in later episodes. Not at all. If there was no cliffhanger, and, it ended perfectly fine on a happy note, just like, oh, everything's going to be fine, and that's that, I would really question if I should come back to the next episode. And I'm going to come back to the next episode because, it's The Legend of Korra. It's going to get better. This is only the first 2 episodes. It's got to get better. But really, that was just something that really, just angered me the most. It didn't get me excited for the next episode, for later episodes, for the rest of the season. that's the biggest crime that this committed. It just was so... No, you gotta get me excited. It's the season premiere. You gotta have a lot of exciting shit happen in the season premiere to get people to watch the rest of the season. Or the rest of the series, for that matter. Damn it. You know, it's season premiere. You gotta have a lot more exciting things. And then we get to the characters. I like most of the new characters. They're fine. You know, Unalaq, you know... Fucking obvious that he's the goddamn bad guy. Like, that was like, people are shocked of that. He looks like a fucking bad guy. Like, the only more obvious thing you need to make him an obvious... The last thing that you need to have for that character to make him an obvious villain, if you have him wear a t-shirt that says, I'm a fucking obvious villain. I'm evil. I like the voice for him, but I hated the fact that they made him out to be a good guy and then revealed that he was a bad guy. It was like, no shit, he's a bad guy. I would have liked it if it was, you know, he was a good guy and it was someone else that looked like a good guy that was a bad guy. That's a good twist. But no, it's make the obvious bad guy a bad guy. That's a shock. No, it isn't. And his daughters, those were cool characters. I can't wait to see more from them. They're, again... probably, obviously evil, and if they turn out to be evil, it's not going to be that big of a shock, but, they don't have a whole lot of lines, and I don't think that's because they have the characters' lines, a whole lot of lines written for the characters. I think it's just the actual characters never being able to talk. That's just a part of the characters. These two characters are, Desna and Eska, two, twins, brother and sister, and... they're very antisocial, very, just sort of very quiet, just standing in, you know, corners, not really talking to anybody. One is, Eska, the daughter played by Aubrey Plaza. I just wanted to bring that up because I fucking love Aubrey Plaza. I think she's so goddamn funny, and this character is pretty much Aubrey Plaza, or at least, the April character from Parks and Recreation, who she plays, which I guess would make Bolin Annie Dwyer, because he's the only character that can actually make her interested in anything or happy. Just thought I'd bring that up. That's just something that I realized. Speaking of Bolin, he was actually one of the only good things you know, about these two episodes. He was just really funny with all the jokes he makes. You know, I'm a raft. That was really funny. He has like this inflatable winter vest, or this inflatable winter suit, and it inflates. He's just like, oh, look at me, I'm a raft. That was, you know, pretty funny. It's just a bunch of other good jokes. I don't want to ruin them for you. Just watch the episode. What else? Again, the characters. The two characters that just pissed me off the most were Mako, who everybody hates him already, so not that big of a shock, and Korra. But I want to get to Mako first. They looked like they were going to do something really cool with him. You know, they had him finally a part of the police force. And maybe, you know, I thought they were going to have him, like, you know, be in Republic City doing, you know, badass stuff, like cracking down on, you know, crime in Republic City while Korra was gone. She's going to be gone pretty much the whole season, so he was going to stay there and just crack down on a lot of, you know, crime there. That's a cool thing, and that's a really good idea to get people to like this character. He's doing something. He's being proactive. He's being, pretty much a badass. And he has a really badass moment, you know, in the opening when it shows him taking out people with a triad. Looks like he has some car trouble. You know, and that's another thing. He writes down all these little one-liners to say to, criminals when he, gets them or whatever. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny again. But he has no reason to be in these episodes. Again, that's the reason why you should have had him be a part of the police force. You should have kept him in Republic City. There was no reason to have him be here other than, I'm the generic boyfriend. I gotta go wherever my girlfriend goes. And that's the entire show. In Legend of Korra, I guess I kind of let it go because, every show needs a love interest, and I guess that was him. But here, it's just, you don't need to have him. He can be completely somewhere else. And, nobody likes this character either, so it's justified. You don't have to have him be here. And he's just a tool in these episodes. Again, no point to be here other than just to tag along because, again, has no reason to be anywhere. You can literally, plug him in anywhere, and it would be the same. You don't have to have him be here. You take him out of the episode, there would be no difference. That I hate that. And again, everybody hates this character, so if you took him out and put him somewhere else and didn't show him, it's justified. You would probably get a lot more viewers because of it, and a lot more viewers back because of it. So that was one thing that I hate. Again, another thing I hated, and I hate Korra in this season so far, particularly because, and I didn't hate her at all in book one. Book one, was she an asshole? Yes. Was she annoying in book one? Absolutely, but she at least learned her fucking lesson, and you could argue that it was before she, learned all the elements. It was before she, became a fully realized avatar. That was it. But here, she's a fully realized avatar. She knows the avatar stage. She has all 4 elements to her, at literally the snap of her fingers. And she's still a fucking asshole. Even a bigger asshole in the last season, which is fucked up because it's the first 2 episodes, damn it. Did she learn her fucking lesson at the end of the last season? Doesn't she at one point think to herself, you know what, I follow everything that I say and it always blows up in my face. Why don't I go with everything everyone else is saying? Like she did before. Tenzin said to do something, she disagreed. She did something, it blew up. She goes with what Tenzin said and boom, she's fine. Why is she still questioning that? Like Mako at one point says in this episode, Tenzin's just trying to make sure you're the best avatar that you can possibly be. And she gets pissed off at that. That would be a line where she goes, maybe you're right. But she just is like, oh, I guess you're on his side. It just seems like they wrote that line specifically because they have to have this character act a certain way. She's hot-headed, so we have to have her disagree to everything, even though, really, this character would agree to that. It just seems like they're writing this character this way because, she's hot-headed, she's a rogue, she doesn't, follow what everyone else says. And honestly, she should be smarter than this. She's an idiot sometimes. She's the avatar, she shouldn't be an idiot. She should know when she's wrong and when everyone else is right, or when everyone else is wrong and when she's right. But she's always fucking apparently right. I hate that about this character, and she's such a bitch. It's just so annoying in this episode. I hate it. It's just annoying. Let's get to some of the stuff that I did like in it, which is one, the animation. And if this is the only reason alone why this took so long to, get out, and why it took so long for Legend of Korra to premiere, I'm totally fine with it, because the animation in this episode just kicks ass. And I hope it's the animation that is shown throughout the rest of the season, and probably the rest of the series, hopefully. Unless they can, advance on it and build on top of this animation, which I highly don't think that's going to happen. I think that's highly unlikely. But, if they can, then that's even better. The animation in book one was really, really good. And the animation in every single Avatar series, Last Airbender, Korra, was really, really good. They got better. And again, if this was the reason why it took so long to get this show out, then, I'm totally fine with it. Because I could have turned, the music, I could have turned the sound off in this. I could have just muted it and looked at it. And I would have been probably more entertained. Just the way everything looked. Everything looked so more fluent and more crisp and clean and, just so beautiful. Just so many vibrant colors popping out and just, it looked amazing. If one of those people that were fortunate enough to watch this in HD, you guys are some lucky bastards. I didn't watch it in HD, so you guys are lucky. I can't wait to see this when it comes out on Blu-ray. Oh my god, my mind will be just blown. But the animation in this episode, and hopefully the rest of the season again, really reminded me of, and this is a really weird comparison, really reminded me of Tron Uprising's animation, which was this weird blend of both 3D and 2D animation. Again, a really strange, comparison, but it really reminded me about that. It really, really looked like its own thing, like its own form of animation, like its own original, dimension of animation, if that makes any sense. It looks so weird. It looked 2D, during the scenes during the day, and it looked like a 3D, 2D, again, hybrid at night with, the people, shadows on people's faces. Mostly with Unalaq's character, who in and of itself looks like a character right out of, like, Tron Uprising. God, I miss that show. It looked really like that. I don't know how to describe it, but it just looks so strange. Like, there's a moment in the episode where Korra gets, like, knocked out from one of the spirits, and, she gets up, and it looks, like, 3D animated, and it looks so new and just so really interesting and just so strange how it just looks so, it just looks cool and it just looks so, new and awesome. I'm at a loss for words. It's hard to describe it. It just looks so nice and just so great. And it looks like it looks beautiful. It's just really, really amazing. It's breathtaking, really. And again, if you have HD and you have the, the choice to watch this in HD, do it because it looks just amazing, even in itself on, like regular little crappy TV. It looks amazing. It really does look absolutely awesome. So the animation, there's that. It doesn't even seem like the same show. It doesn't even seem like a sequel to the same show. It seems like they really just wrote down a bunch of stuff to do differently, and they did it. It doesn't even seem like the same. It doesn't even seem like the second season of The Legend of Korra. It looks like a whole new sort of interpretation of it. That's just the feeling I had throughout this whole episode. It just seems so just new. It just seemed, it was just exciting seeing, a new, the Legend of Korra finally returning. That was just awesome. I liked, again, some of the new characters. I really liked them. I liked their designs. Unalaq, even though he's obviously a bad guy, I really like his design. The design of the spirits, I don't mind them. I don't, like, people are saying, like, I wish that they looked like the spirits from, the other, Avatar, the Last Airbender. I don't mind that. I think it looks alright. I like the whole idea of, like, the southern and northern water tribes, going to, like, civil war. That's going to be the next episode, next two-part episode. That's awesome. I like that whole idea, and I like these brothers, sort of going against each other. It's like Lion King, pretty much, the father and the brother and the kid caught in between, it's like the Lion King. I bet the dad's gonna die. I bet it. I call it. I'm calling that. I don't know if he will, but, maybe he will. But, yeah, I liked some of the new character design. Again, Desna and Eska look really cool. Oh, that Varric dude, the eccentric billionaire dude, the giant guy. That guy's cool. I don't know why. Immediately when I first saw the character, I thought he was just going to be that, germaphobe, weird, eccentric, sort of, stereotype of all rich, eccentric, weirdos, rich, eccentric, kind of weird-looking people. He's really fun. Like, any scene that character was in, there was just so much energy and so much entertainment in it. Like, you should have had him in the whole episode. I don't know how he's going to play into the rest of the series, or the rest of the season, if he's, that is if he's just in this season, or if he's in the rest of the season, don't know. But I love that guy. I really want to see what they do with that character. That looks really, really cool. But yeah, nothing I can really say else, but, it was just okay. I liked certain things in it. I like that the fact that it was back and it was a new season and everything, but I just thought it was okay for the most part for, certain reasons. It was alright. I still am going to watch it because it's Legend of Korra. It's got to get better sometime soon. And, it's only the first episode. Like, it's just the first episode. I'm not going to, like, say, oh, the first 2 episodes were bad, I'm not going to watch the rest of the series. Like, it's the first 2 episodes. Of course they're not going to be great compared to the next episodes. So I am still sticking around for it. I'm happy that's back on Friday nights. That's awesome. Hopefully it doesn't get pushed back to January. Don't want to repeat it last year. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. But, yeah, those are just my thoughts on the book 2 of Legend of Korra, the season premiere. If you guys want me to go ahead and do little videos for each episode, I'll be perfectly willing to. I really do kind of want to do that. Sort of like Doug Walker did with the Avatar and Legend of Korra vlogs. I love that. I kind of want to do what he's doing with that. I can't wait to see what else is going to be in store for Season 2, but this episode was just okay. These 2 episodes were just okay. That pretty much is about it. I'm not going to give this particular episode any rating because it's just the 1-2 episodes. I'll give the entire, season a rating once it's, over and done with. But, I like that they're doing, a different plot line. I like that. That's fine. But, it's just not as interesting. And it's just not really grabbing me. But then again, next episodes, there's, other episodes. It's gonna get a little bit more interesting. So there is that. I thought the episode was okay. I still am looking forward to the rest of the season, so there is that. So that's all I really have to say. Maybe you thought different. If you would like to tell me, then, do that below. And I'll see you guys sometime soon with more videos. See ya.